In the landscape of Nigerian finance, certain structures aren't built with steel and glass alone. They are built on a single, fragile yet invaluable currency: trust. This is the story of an institution that has spent 30 years earning it, one promise at a time.
Over the past 30 years, STL Trustees has built a strong reputation for trust, integrity, and professionalism. And I firmly believe that we have played a pivotal role in instilling trust and confidence in Nigeria's financial system. And we've done this in several ways: by consistently upholding strong governance, protecting stakeholder interests, and supporting financial market developments. We've also contributed to the fiduciary landscape by acting as a trusted intermediary in major capital market transactions, again enforcing high governance and compliance standards. But beyond the transactions, we have promoted the adoption of trust structures for the protection of assets and intergenerational wealth transfer, thereby supporting the development of a more robust and credible financial system. I should also like to point out that today, the significance of structured legacy planning, estate administration, and wealth preservation is more widely understood, and we take pride in the role that we've played in advancing that awareness over the years.
It started in the early 90s, at a moment when Nigeria's economy was finding its footing. The mission was simple, even audacious: to create a home for legacies. The first office was modest. The work was painstaking. In those formative years, success wasn't measured by the size of the portfolio, but by the strength of the relationships being built.
Trust is reliability, is honesty, and is dependence. And STL Trustees is a trust company that has proven to be a leader in the industry. It has performed creditably, provided services for a whole range of corporates, governments, and people across the whole segments of Nigeria. 2011, Skybank decided that it had to sell because they were going to remain a commercial bank as approved by the central bank at the time. So what we did then was what you call a BIMBO. It's called a buy-in management buyout. We encouraged the management and board of the bank to invest in the new company, and then we brought in a few people from outside the company, and we chose a few very good individuals and corporates to invest in the company at the time. And from 2012, STL Trustees became independent, and it has grown leaps and bounds since then. And it is a leading trust company in Nigeria today. In that time, we have found out that we also needed to expand and look at new areas and grow beyond just a trust business. So we have only recently, in the last couple of years, evolved into a financial services group. And we have a capital company, STL Capital, and we have an asset management company, STL Asset Management.
It was a small company in an emerging industry. I joined as the first staff just at this LSDPC building where EIB International Bank had a branch then, just a table. I took over from a staff of EIB Bank, EIB International Bank, that was seconded to EIB Trustees then. I took over from her. I was there alone before the other staff joined me. So it was a very dynamic, small company. By the time they joined, the other staff joined, and it was also very collaborative in the sense that it was a very small team. So we are working together to achieve the company's goals and objectives.
The EIB Trustees was owned by Eco International Bank as its parent company. During the bank consolidation exercise and recapitalization, it resulted in the merger of many banks. EIB at the time, I think, was one of 5 or 6 legacy banks that came together. You had Prudent Bank at the time. You had a Cooperative Development Bank at the time. You have Reliance Bank at the time. You had Bond Bank at the time. So these banks came together to one form. That was what became Skybank. So with that group coming together, the name of the trustees company changed to Sky Trustees Limited. And the EIB Trustees was the company, the embryo of that, and it now became bigger. First owned by one bank, now you're having 5-6 legacy banks. And the scope of the size of the operations of those banks automatically increased the scope of what Skybank was to handle. So the transition or the metamorphosis from EIB to Sky was in response to the merger that took place and now brought about 5-6 banks together to become one. When we had a Sky Trustees Limited, which is the STL Trustees as the current name is, the vision was to have a trustees organization that was driven by professionalism. A trustees organization that will be known for the quality of service it was offering, and to, as much as possible, expand its scope. Because by the time STL came on board, it was now part or being owned by a bigger organization than the original one. So the vision was to be able to respond to that and have a business base that will be all-encompassing, emphasizing professionalism, and to try and see how the trusteeship market, that company can be a major player, because it's not a sector that many persons are familiar with.
There are a lot of challenges at them. There is a challenge of social-cultural resistance to estate planning. Many Nigerians perceive wills and trusts with fear of superstition, often delaying action until it is too late. People feel that, you want me to die? Why are you asking me to come and do will? So we had that challenge, that period. So we address the challenge by intensifying public awareness through stakeholders' engagements, trainings, seminars, at any opportunity, even with clients and prospects, to educate them on the best step on having an estate planning. And we also reposition our estate planning as a proactive and secure step towards ensuring a long-term family stability and financial security.
For 30 years, the principles have remained constant, but the tools have evolved. Today, the institution stands at the intersection of tradition and transformation. Recognizing that the future of trusteeship lies in agility, STL is reimagining how fiduciary services are delivered, blending decades of wisdom with the precision of a digital economy.
We don't rest on our oars. We innovate from time to time. As a matter of fact, what has brought us this far is actually our assured mindset that if we do not innovate, we cannot continue to offer the best to our clients. With the constant evolution of technology, we now have to deliver our trusteeship services not just with our people, but also with systems. This is why we'll continue to scale up in terms of ensuring that we continually review the business environment and also scale up on our digital infrastructure to ensure that our services that we provide to our clients is also able to stand the test of time when it comes to meeting their needs. When you also look at our corporate governance structure, that's also one of the things that keeps us strong as an organization. Our risk management framework, our innovation, our people, because it's our people who enable us to deliver the trust that we promise our clients.
There's a saying that culture eats strategy for breakfast. No matter what your plans are, if you don't have a culture, it goes to no point. So we have a system that runs on culture, that everybody feels comfortable running within the bounds, and you are able to express yourself and be fulfilled as a staff. STL Trustees, to me, is a place where I found a thriving career. I joined the company about 20 years ago. I've grown with the company from the days of EIB Trustees to Sky Trustees and now to STL Trustees. It has been a good journey all the way. STL Trustees culture is effective, friendly, but firm. In this system, you can't do what you like.
you do what is appropriate, and that's what the culture has come to establish. And everybody feels free. We're not tight. We're happy coming to the office every morning, but we know the limit and how to enhance our brand within the limit.
At STL Trustees, you are able to find a balance between your work life and your family life. So it's a place where you relax and you're able to raise your family and you're able to raise your children without being pressed or tension. We work very hard. Yes, we are able to create that balance for ourselves. So it makes me so excited that we have a culture that creates room for children, room for men, room for women, and you are celebrated at everything that you get. I got my master's here, I did my exam here, I've done so many exams here. I'm celebrated at every point in time, so it makes me very happy. This is a company where fortnightly we applaud ourselves and we take time to clap for people, and because you are being applauded and appreciated, you want to do more. This is a place where your management listens to you. There's no idea that goes to waste. Everybody's idea wins at every point in time because they listen to you. It might not be something that we want to execute at the moment, but nobody shuts you up or turns your idea down. In fact, we hear my managing director say, "Oh, let everybody say their mind. What idea do you intend to share with us?" So it's a place whereby you come in excited every morning. It's a place I celebrate, and I want to take time out to also celebrate my managing director who has mentored me for a decade. And you see, when leaders replicate themselves in people, they are worthy of celebration. So I celebrate her, what she has been able to do, how she has been able to mentor us, how she has grown people, how she has seen that you do not have to oppress people to make your voice heard as a leader. That's quite impressive.
We are a company that is very client focused. As a matter of fact, our mission is around providing trust solutions that meet the peculiar needs of our clients. And we're also a company that is known for its competence-rich and client focus. So essentially, our clients have been our major stay. They've kept us in business. So we know that even as we progress, as we move forward as an organization, we will continue to give the best in class service that will continue to engender the trust of our clients. We have come this far because of them.
I was already running a trusteeship with another provider, let me put it there. So the first thing is promptness. You're talking to STL today, and they are telling you tomorrow or next tomorrow, come and everything is sorted. Unlike others, I've seen some trustees, even the engagement services alone, you can be there for 1 week. This is the go and do this. Go and, if all your documents are intact, you are sure of promptness in service. So if you render a prompt service, definitely you are cutting out time. You are not wasting time. It will reflect in your bottom line. There's a 12 month in a year, in a calendar year. If you waste 3 months speaking grammar, what you could have achieved in 3 months, you cannot cover it in the next 9 months. So prompt services and getting the right information to do what you need to do on time is the key.
I've been a client of STL Trustees over a decade now. Every Christmas time, they will always come with special presents. I don't ask. They bring for me, bring for my household, even some of the clients I brought. So which is, for me, is going the extra mile. Sometimes they just call to check on you. We want to know how you are feeling. We're just checking on you. Hope everything is well. I feel bold to say that any opportunity I have, I will always refer them. I bring quality names to them. Over the years that I have stayed or invested or continued this relationship with the app, never had, oh, there's a problem or this or no. There's that stability. And they are making good names everywhere.
So, and if I give a referral to STL Trustees, go after this name, give me a feedback. And the next thing I hear, thank you so much, we've onboarded. Sir, that person you refer to me has given us XYZ. And I said, so that's growth.
As we celebrate our 30th anniversary as a corporate entity, my vision for STL Trustees in the next 10 years is actually to take the company and the business beyond the market leadership it currently prides itself as being at here in Nigeria, but also position the brand as one that is fully ready to go across Africa, to continue to be a great reference point for the best in service and top-notch fiduciary services, estate planning services, and corporate trustee services across the globe.
30 years ago, through what was then EIB Trustees, our founders set out to build an institution that people could rely on. I believe that we've achieved that objective. But today the world is changing, and technology is redefining how companies are organized and how trust services are delivered. Part of our vision is to remain constant in that change. For me, it is my hope that STL Trustees continues to be recognized as a trusted partner, setting the benchmark for governance, professionalism, and fiduciary excellence. And I hope that we remain committed to building on that legacy in the years to come.
30 years is a milestone, but in the life of a legacy, it is also a beginning. It is the moment you look back at the foundation you've laid, look forward to the futures you will secure, and reaffirm the simple truth that built it all, that trust is not just a business, it is a promise. And at STL Trustees, that promise endures.